Leash does seem like it's going to be pretty good for Puck going forward. Not necessarily amazing so far this game. I mean, it's pretty good against PA, but Lotac, alright. Just very safe, kind of bland pick, as they will just go for the Dragon Knight. I'm quite a fan of this hero. I think the only reason that DK wasn't enormously popular in the last patch is that Spirit Vessel was so damn popular, and a lot of the supports could quite easily build into a Vessel. There were even some core heroes that were buying Vessel, and that just makes that feels so bad for DK because he just doesn't really have good ways to be able to dispel it, and it really cuts his survivability by a ton. But other than that, I think he's a very solid hero, and should do okay against whatever Mineski throw at him mid lane this game. They needed a little bit more initiation, so the DK helping with that, and I suppose we're just going to be seeing Ohio's hero as the last pick. They could put the DK in the side lane, but feels like that's not going to be the case for them here. So I guess we're just looking for an offlane pick to round things out. What's even good against Mineski's lineup right now? Brewmaster, perhaps? Could be a pretty good game for Brew. Would have to be a little bit careful against the Puck, but decent against the Lone Druid. Sort of your classic counter to the Bear Druid, at least. With the Cyclone. So it could be a decent option for them. But still not clear exactly where this Lone Druid is being played or what he's going to build. How many Wraith Bands will he buy? Underlord is the... Okay. So yeah, Mineski thinking along the same lines. They're thinking, okay, it's an Ohio hero to round things out. And an Ohio hero with some lockdown, hopefully. They need some ways to counterplay this Stampede.
10 seconds.
Hopefully.
Remaining.
I don't know if they're going to consider picking Enigma themselves. I don't know if Ohio really plays it that much. But they do have to make the decision. Okay, so they think Lone Druid is side lane, or... I feel like it's going to be KP on Puck. I don't know if KP really plays Lone Druid. I think it's Moon or JT on the Lone Druid. And then we're looking at Moon or JT's hero as the last pick. And Lotac.
10 seconds.
What's good here? I don't know what the offlane hero... The offlane hero pool doesn't feel like it's changed too much. People have been playing a little bit more Magnus, but... Okay, yeah, just the Brewmaster. I think Brewmaster is 100% A-okay here. So good, like decent lockdown against the Mineski lineup. Pretty good in lane. Fits the kind of timing that they're playing around as well. I don't know if I don't want the PA to go for a Battlefield this game. I'd really like to see the PA just go for like fast Deso into BKB Basher kind of a situation. As Mineski go for an Alchemist. Okay. So that is going to be the game-winning hero here. Their Aghanim Scepters are quite good. The burst damage from Lotac is okay, actually, at killing the Alk. I don't think this is one of those games where Alk is totally invincible. I think they can quite easily get an initiation item on the Dragon Knight, get a damage item on the PA, and they should be able to kill him. But, yeah, this will be interesting. I heard that there were some bugs with Alchemist to do with his regen on his ultimate, that it was just setting your regen to the value instead of giving it to you as bonus regen. So we'll see if Moon has some mana problems this game. But they are going to have a lot of ways to potentially save him. I think this Lit Frost Shield is going to end up being actually very important in terms of keeping the Alchemist alive against the PA. But I think slightly more even drafts overall. Still favoring Mineski a little bit, but I like Lotac's draft this time around a bit more than I did in the previous game. It feels a bit more cohesive. I feel like they have kind of a timing, and Bane and Grimstroke, really good ganking supports, so they should be able to run around and put some pressure on and hopefully find some kills in the early stages. And then we have, I think we've been seeing people, at least people in pubs have been playing a little bit more right-click Brewmaster, but I don't think that's going to be the case this game for Ohio. I think he's probably just going to try and get a fast blink up and start setting things up for his team. Radiance is not enormously useful this game, really. Yeah. Okay, so as far as the rest of our schedule for today goes, we're here in Group A. The other Group A match is going on right now. And I guess I should talk about the overall format. So the SEA qualifier, 8 teams, 2 groups, 2 teams qualify. It's going to be 2 GSL-style groups, which just means 2 double elimination bracket groups. Top 2 out of each group move forward into the next stage, which is again just a double elimination bracket to determine the last 2 spots. So it is going to be, it is going to be pretty important for these teams here, but if they lose here, they're not out. We are going to be eliminating one of the teams out of this group today, but and one team will also qualify through to the final stage of the qualifiers today. And then the last match of this group will be tomorrow, along with all of Group B. Exciting stuff. Let's get ourselves into this game, get some last hits and denies for you guys. Audio looks okay. No drop frames. Alright, we're sweet. Let's watch some Dota. We do have Febby on this support centaur.
30 seconds to battle.
Moon, alright, already scaling up the Greeble's Greed, that's fine. JT just scouting a little bit with the bear. I mean, it's taking a bit of damage, but whatever. They're not gonna do anything to it, right? JT's just hoping to snag maybe one of these bounties. Is he gonna try and outclick him? Bear, go. No, alright, just gonna be content that they get the 2 up top. Not willing to sacrifice any HP on the bear. He's only got 3 tangos. He's picked up 3 slippers and he's gonna be going for triple Wraith Band. So, Mineski again, same kind of game plan. They're gonna be leaving JT kind of out on his own on an island down bottom on this lone druid, as they run an aggressive tri-lane up top with the 2 supports. I think there is quite a lot of kill potential here. Pick up an early point in the Frost Shield. Centaur goes running forward, gets a stomp, Puck right-clicking away the entire time with this 64 damage. And Lotac still kind of on this old patch idea. They are just continuing to run 2-1-2. But the wave ends up so close to the tower here, almost no wave for them to really pressure the lone druid. This is another reason why I feel like Radiant is so good. Like, even if you don't block, this is kind of where the wave ends up. And, okay, they're just going to leave this as a 1v1. So, Brewmaster versus the Lone Druid. I feel like Lone Druid going to be doing pretty well here. Dragon Knight CSing very nicely on the mid lane so far. Action up top, just a little bit. Pilot did skill up the Frost Blast early, but that's just to look for an opportunity onto Raven. Does manage to jump himself away, but no dagger for slower harassment. Just forced to scale up the Blink Strike for now. Okay, so at least for Mineski, they seem to be pretty content with these aggro tri-lanes being back and picking the independent carry. So this has kind of always been a strategy with Lone Druid. Lone Druid never really wants his support to come and play with him. He just wants all of the experience, all of the farm, wants to get off to a hot start. JT is not CSing that well on LD. As I say that, I come and look at him and he gets most of them. So, alright, not too bad. Ling doing his best. Net already has the Inkswell picked up. Okay, so not a huge deal that they've got the Phantom Strike, I suppose. Since they can just try and get an Inkswell jump going here. Not going to be super easy, but especially once they get level 2 on the Mineski side, that's still a possibility. And see, yeah, here's the thing. On Radiant, they can side pull this camp easily, but it's not very easy for... I don't think it's super easy for the Dire side to pull this camp all the way over here. Meanwhile, for Radiant, they just do this. That's actually pretty easy, and it's somewhat difficult for the Dire to contest because they have to kind of come in here into this choke. And so I do feel like, at least as far as the laning stage goes, Radiant feels a lot better than Dire on the new map. But, yeah. The stats will prove it one way or the other if one team has a advantage right now overall. Could be that the Dire has gained some better, like, Roshan control feels pretty symmetrical right now, and in a lot of ways the map feels pretty symmetrical, but some of these camp placements are just a little bit different, and I feel like it works out slightly better for Radiant. Though this is still pullable like this, so, you know, Dire offlane can still do this as well. Raven jumping around, still really not getting a whole lot of CS. It feels like Mineski very much making it their game plan to just focus on pressuring Raven. Moon falling a little bit behind the Dragon Knight over at mid lane, who has already picked up 2 bracers. They go for the Frost Shield. There's also an Inkswell coming back the opposite direction. Both teams just with the harassment, neither one really committing to anything too heavily. And farm pretty even across the board. So I guess we'll mostly start to see things happen once the laning stage breaks down. How's the regen situation looking up here? 2 tangos and a salve, 1 salve, 2 tangos and a salve, tango and a salve, nothing left. And Ohio has... Ooh, okay, he's picked up a bottle already. Cinder Brew coming out. Has picked up 2 points in the Drunken Brawler so far, but only has the active to rely on. Okay, pops it up, gets some CS. Pi just... Pi waiting at the Arcane Rune, but unfortunately Dragon Knight had to walk all the way up into his face just to force him to pick it up. Otherwise he might have tried to leave it for the Alk, perhaps. That'd be just chasing everybody back. Has picked up the Retaliate already. Interesting. Man, he's actually got quite a lot of damage. Jeez. I think that's the first time that he's popped it, but still. Spirit Bear in a little bit of trouble. Net has now rotated down towards bottom, but knowing that there's nobody else up top, they're going to try and go for Ling. They don't manage to get him. Raven comes out of the tree, still jumps into the Hoof Stomp, and that will be your first blood for Mineski. 300 gold grabs for Febby. 5-minute bounty runes. Net wanted it, but now he's in some trouble. He does have Ohio's bottle. Alright, sipping up, but he gets rooted, and he's just going to get right-click down. Oh no. Bear just going to TP back to base to heal, and JT... What? Probably also going to use that to grab some items, I would imagine. Yep, there you go. Blades of Attack and the Wraithband recipe coming out. This is so nice. The Lone Druid on the safe lane. Like, he doesn't need any help from his team. He doesn't even need the freaking courier. Febby getting gone on up top. But who's going on who, actually? Ling might actually be in a little bit of trouble. Febby tanks a couple of unnecessary tower shots, perhaps. Looks like he might be brought down. He gets the stomp right on the very edge, controlling Raven. They don't get the Inkswell damage. Pylai running forward. Another Frost Shield soon. KP Orb still on cooldown for now. Has opted for a point in the phase shift, so a little bit less damage for him overall. And mid lane, DK still doing very nicely up against the Alk, who is stacking up his jungle a little bit. Ohio, unfortunately, doesn't have his bottle at the moment. Oh, did he get it back finally? Okay, it came off the courier. But only level 5. Not having a ton of fun. Does have the second point in the Thunderclap now, so I think that's going to be enough to trigger the Cinder Brew. That's looking for something mid, but Pies can spot him out. We have a point in the Dragon Tail to try and set something up here, and also, what's happening up top? Just more side pulls. Let's keep being annoying. AP with the double Null Talisman. Fortunately can't build this into a Veil, but still nice stats for him in the early game. And Lone Druid, okay, yeah, it does seem very much like it's going to be kind of your ranged right-click Lone Druid more than the bear-focused. Double edge spam. Lotac are trying to move these lanes to make something happen, but it just feels like it's not really working. And this Alk is going to be scary if the game drags on. That's the ticking time bomb. Similar story to last game, where Mineski had JT on that Naga Siren. This time around, they've got Moon on the Alchemist as the big insurance policy. So he's probably just going to be farming for most of this game. Paladin and Net gonna come running into one another. There is a shrine here. And Net with the Inkswell trying to escape, but only barely gets the stun out. JT just gonna come right click him down. Easy kill for him.
nothing.
What's Febby doing? Oh. This is pretty big damage. Looking for Ling. He's got stick charges in the brain sap though, so he's actually going to be okay. Febby doesn't have any help coming over. KP's not interested in this. He's just sitting in the lane and... Okay. Just going to end up being Raven picking up that kill pretty much for free. So both carries getting donated a free kill more or less. Moon already heading into the jungle now. Alright, wait, have they fixed this? It looks like they have fixed the mana regen, so yeah, it's got 5.9 instead of just having 4. Bug fixed, always nice to see.
Dire's middle
Dragonite just going to be going for a Shadow Blade this game. Is there anything particularly useful to break? Not really. Silver Edge not looking amazing, but Shadow Blade's still going to be good. Ohio is going to be going for a Vlad's first. Certainly a helpful item for his team this game. So it's going to delay his blink a little bit, especially given that he's also picked up this bottle. And is going for more points in the Drunken Brawler overall. So seemingly wants to... I guess this kind of helps you farm a little bit, but also wants to focus on the right-click damage a little bit more. He's sauntering over towards the mid lane. Looking towards Pi. Does have the primal split. Might need to use it if he wants this kill. Pops it out now. Needs to get the boulder toss across. Alright, there's the lift up onto JT. Pi down. Looking towards JT now. I don't think he has enough damage here to get this kill, but will still be a nuisance. Net also rotating over. And again with the deep wards from this Lotac side. Moon just farming. He's got this nice little high ground for himself. Lotac going to make a bid to try and secure these top bounty runes, but is that actually going to work out? Everybody is furiously pinging for bounties. Piladai runs up out of the high ground. He gets silenced, so he's going to get focused down. Ohio gives him the slaps. Drunken Brawler doing a lot of work, and it is going to end up being 3 bounty runes for Lotac. Alright. Very nice to slow down the Alchemist a little bit more. The Moon is already... Wait. Where does all this gold come from? What is going on here? Moon already has 3.3k gold towards his relic. This is a pretty fast Radiance timing for him. JT just going to be going for Maelstrom. Pretty familiar with this build. No points up in the true form. Mid-tier 1 tower has been taken out, so at least Lotac opening up a little bit more space on the map. They've got another Elder Dragon form that they're probably keen to use. What is the build for Raven? Okay, he's also just going to be... Yeah, he's going to be going for this fast Desolator. I think is 100% the right decision. Oh. And no Stampede or anything, just able to run down Ohio there. Somehow caught him with the stomp. My bad on that one. Looks like what? Febby now going to be taking over bottom lane as JT heads into the jungle. Okay, so this is how they're going to get their Centaur blink. And the Pilot Eye, still just doing Pilot Eye things. Level 4 on the Sledge. No points in the Sinister Gaze just yet. Focusing on the Frost Blast and the Frost Shield. Get that damage up. I think he's got enough. These 2 abilities are probably enough CC that you don't really need this early on. Or 1 point is probably enough. Cast range does go up a bit per point, but... What's the plan here? Primal split in a few. They might just be smoke ganking Febby here. They do actually have this deep ward. They know that the Lone Druid is farming over here. I think the Lone Druid would be the better kill to go for, but maybe they want the kill and the tower instead. And look like that is going to be the plan. It's a 3-core gank. No supports getting involved in this one whatsoever. Febby gets the Stampede off, heading into the trees. Looks like he is going to end up taking down. Ohio finishes it off. As Vlad now gets delivered, so it's going to make this push just a little bit easier. And I would imagine that Lotac probably going to try and force this for 2 as well, as Bane dies up top to the Chain Frost and Dream Coil both getting dropped, so. A couple of ultimates being used here and there. Mineski do want this tier 1 tower, but okay, instead of continuing to pressure bottom, Lotac are just going to immediately send their Dragonite top. And kind of swap the lanes here. So they don't sacrifice a tier 1 at all, and they do take a tier 1 at bottom, creating a nice little pocket for the PA to kind of farm in down here. But Still a slight net worth lead in Mineski's favor, though. It's only a very slight one, and they do have an alchemist on their team. So I think you would imagine... Oh no, actually Mineski ahead also in experience. I guess grouping up 3 cores like that kind of hurts your experience game a little bit. JT, Maelstrom back for the Dragonlance. Oh, they want this moon kill. He gets the ultimate off, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Tons of damage. This ward doing a lot of work. And they will be able to grab that kill. KP also dying up top. The Shadowblade reveal from the Dragon Knight. Okay, 2 very important kills for Lotac, and that is going to swing the net worth advantage back onto their side. This is what they need. Get this Desolator quickly. Get the Blink Dagger, and then that's really your timing. After that, you're going to be playing for BKBs on the PA and the Dragon Knight, even though it's not an enormously useful BKB game. Oh. Ling wanted to try and get some wards up, but gets punished as he tries to make his way up onto this high ground. Imagine that Mineski going to be hanging on to this area for as long as they possibly can. They've still got a tier 1 tower over here, and just difficult to get up these high grounds. They've kind of sacrificed the bottom side of the map. They would very much love to take out this tier 1 tower up at top so that they could start making some inroads and stealing some of these jungle camps, but they are going to have to put in a little bit more effort for that. Alright, Dream Coil used onto Net. No escape from that for him, so JT just going to right click him down quickly. Picks up the mega kill streak. And now what? Are they looking to continue pushing? I would imagine so. Ohio comes running over towards mid. Stampede gonna get popped. Bit of an itchy trigger finger for Febby there, but they don't want Moon to die. He's just hit his important farming timing, so keeping him on the map for as long as possible going to be very important. And now everybody wants Bounty Ruins. Bounty Ruins, Bounty Ruins, Bounty Ruins. That is the name of the game. Highlight Eye trying to TP out here. Takes a little bit longer for him to get down to the shrine, and they're actually wrapping around on Raven, who is also TPing out to the shrine, but it's an extremely long duration. High gets the 1 bounty. Alright, Frost Shield out. JT also down here. Ohio needing to be a little bit careful. They can't get the Savage Roar out. Nice Nightmare on the bear. So Ohio able to walk himself away, and no Stampede to continue the pursuit was used earlier. Just gonna end up being 2 for 2 on the bounties. So a bit more gold line in the Alchemist's pockets. DK is also going to be going for a Blink Dagger this game. Doesn't want to rely on just the Shadow Blade for initiation. AP, they're looking at him. He does get gripped up. He gets the silence over onto Ohio. The Chain Frost is coming through. They need to lock down Ohio before he can get the ultimate off. They won't be able to do so. KP jumping a little bit further away, but they've still got the chase. The Dream Coil is doing good work, though. KP looking like he's actually going to end up surviving. He had the phase shift and blink. Maybe his blink got cancelled by the Fire Panther or something, but... Alright, I thought he could have survived that one. Ends up being 2 kills for Lotac. JT being stalked.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's got his Ogre Axe coming off cooldown though. And he's got this Defender, and he's healing from the bear. Very difficult to go for this hero. He managed to soulbind them together, but JT right back to farming. That gank really not doing anything. And that was the Elder Dragon form popped as well, so... see if Lotac can actually get any kind of tower pressure out of this. Now, pretty standard build, just going to be going for the Manta Style up next. Probably into a Shiva's Octarine core before too long. Maybe even an AC going to be on the cards this game. Lich has picked up the 1 point in the Sinister Gaze here. Febby really wants this Blink Dagger, but just not going to get the opportunity to. Another nice little Shadow Blade pickup. DK looking strong. He was a good lane matchup against the Alchemist, and now really putting on a lot of pressure. Still #1 farm on his side of the map. Raven, alright, he's got the Desolator, but still a little ways away from the Armor Corruption talent. And Pi and JT smoking up towards top, looking for something. They don't really have a ton of vision in this area. There is a nice little ward planted over here. Still a bit blind. They come running up. Bear Smoke gets revealed. They know that something's going on here. They are going to spot out the Bane. What can he actually do? Nothing. Just gets right-clicked down. 80 attack speed and shared lifesteal. So sick. Yeah, looking for it. That was pretty nice with the Savage Roar, just in case Dragon Knight was right there, about to get the Dragon Tail off. And JT right back to farming. Is going to be going for an MKB next. Pretty natural item selection against the PA. We do have the Primal Split back off cooldown soon for Ohio. I think he would like to get level 12 before he pops that again. But maybe they're willing to go for this here. Febby does just manage to get the Stampede off. He's gotten close to this Blink Dagger multiple times, but hasn't been able to grab it. Raven in big trouble. This Dream Coil is super annoying. He can't jump his way out. He gets feared. That's also actually not going to end up breaking it. They will just have to right-click him down. Net wondering that what he can do, just sitting down here on the low ground. Almost has his Vessel picked up. Going to be important against the Alk. The thing about the Alk compared to the DK, though, is that Alk is going to buy way more items to be able to deal with the Spirit Vessel than DK ever could. Though I don't think anyone is currently buying Vessel on the Mineski side. Oh, Febby. He's so close. He's so close to the Blink Dagger. If he just managed to farm this camp, he would have had it, but now down he goes. Still just kind of a back and forth game. Everybody farming, nobody really forcing the objectives too hard. Dragon Knight using his ult just to clear a little ancient stack. Net trying to nuke down a couple more waves. Oh, they're gonna spot him. Alright. Net in some trouble. Can he escape here? Dream Coil is off cooldown soon. Finish the gaze from Pilot Eye to cancel the TP. And that is going to end up being another kill for KP. Very nice vision control for Lotac at the moment, though. I got this ward over here. They got some more vision over in the Radiant jungle. Really keeping this Radiant side of the map locked down, but also keeping some control over their own side. So, even with the Alchemist, they're keeping things competitive in terms of the net worth. I think in an Alch game, the experience is always a little bit more interesting to look at, and that's slightly in Mineski's favor right now, but not by a huge amount. But still just kind of waiting for this Alchemist to truly come online. PA is going to be going for that BKB as expected, and the 20-minute bounty runes will end up being 3 for Mineski and only the 1 for Lotac. So some nice bounty gold, and that will finally be Febby's Blink Dagger getting delivered at the 20-minute mark. Oh, Alk. Okay, he's just farming Ancients. But that needs to be careful, actually. These Ancients are giving him a really hard time. MP getting popped. Ohio is just poking his nose into the pit there, but he's going to be just fine. KP, similar to last game on the Enigma, is very much just split pushing this game. Much more difficult to catch on the puck, so even though Lotac do have pretty good initiation for him, tough to find him, should be able to get the blink off here. And looks like he's going to be okay. And he's just dragging them around. Mineski just farming in the meantime. Octus has his Shivas now. Going to be going for the Octarine Core up next. Raven blurred down bottom. Is going to head over towards mid there. Thinking about something here. Okay. They're showing Raven. Kind of a little bit of a bait. 3-man smoke making its way past. Trying to scout on the front lines. They need to be careful. If they can blow up Highlight Eye, that would be great, but he does have a Chain Frost available. Clap doesn't hit anything, and now the Primal Split a little bit ineffective as Febby also blinks away. Lotac just desperate to find some kind of a catch here, but they can't do it. They're going to fear away the Dragon Knight, and this could just be a big waste of ultimates. I don't know if Mineski really want to fight without the Chemical Rage on the Alchemist, though. They're going to send him up into the air, and it looks like Lotac wanting to disengage, and Stomp missing as well. Nobody is landing their abilities in this game. KP finally gets a Dream Coil down, and it looks like looks like Ling, sorry, will be the only casualty from this fight. Pilot Eye even picking that one up. Clap miss, Stomp miss.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not the cleanest game. Lotac. Okay, almost the double BKB. This new blur being able to farm Ancients is pretty sick. Spirit Bear just dragging the creep wave a little bit. Oh, gets Vesseled. Might end up dying here. Got a couple more Vessel charges. Oh, did he just... Well, I thought he dodged the fear with Blur, but... Nice little 300 gold for Raven. JT gonna be forced to resummon.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mineski, while the DK ultimate and the Brewmaster ultimate are both on cooldown, just gonna do whatever they want, really. Take out that mid-tier 1 tower. They look over at Roshan, but are they deciding better of it, or are they actually going to go for this? Okay, they are going to be committing for the Rosh. They've got good sustain on the Alk, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to tank it. They are coming over here. Lotac looking for some kind of an opportunity. They've got the dragon out of the front lines. He's still got his BKB, so he's going to be okay. Raven's jumping in. They're looking for something. Moon going to get hit by the frost shield, so not really taking that much damage. And they get to jump into the middle of everything with KP. He dies. He gets the Dream Coil out onto everyone. Raven and Chuan will both be able to pop their BKB and keep on fighting. JT forced into bear form as now Pylai locks down the PA. The BKB's running out, and that means Mineski can easily take this fight. They even bought back on net. The two supports just got annihilated in that fight. I wish I had instant replay, but everyone was just stacked up. Then KP jumped right into the middle of it. I think Febi followed it up. And Lotac may be committing a little bit too hard for that. They at least stopped the Roshan from happening, but it was not a very pretty fight for them. Ohio at least has the primal split back up now. But Mineski still just chilling around mid. MKB is complete now for JT, so life about to get a little bit harder for Lotac. And the big thing that's worrying about that fight is that's a fight where Lotac have, in theory, that's like their best timing. They have two BKBs, two 10-second BKBs, and they can't win that fight. Partially it's because I don't think they had the Elder Dragon form or the Primal Split off cooldown at that exact second, but still a very bad look. Two supports gonna try for this KP kill. They got a little bit of Brewmaster help coming in, but they don't even need it. Nicely done. Utilizing this ward to just find a quick pick. Oh. Spirit Bear wants this bouncer run, but just gets completely shredded. Oh man. Alright, well JT has a resummon, but more about the right click than anything this game. Does have the Savage Roar cooldown now as well, help protect him against the PA and whatnot. Net just going to be going in for a Hex. That'd be a pretty big deal if he could get that. Actually, I mean, with the 90 GPM talent and the fact that he's spamming waves, shouldn't be too difficult. Ooh, TP down here for Raven. It's only Febi TPing at the moment. He's going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter of his own. Not going to rely on Moon to pull him one this game. Alk has the gold for his Octarine Core now if he wants it. Still pretty measured game from both teams. Mineski don't seem to be in any great rush, but Lotac also kind of chilling out. They got some other items coming up. Ohio are going to be going for this Radiance. They're going to jump in at bottom. Net. Alright, we'll finally be caught out for his split pushing ways. I do manage to bring him down. Nope, yeah, and KP knew that there had to be some kind of ward that killed him. Unfortunately for them, they planted the low ground ward in range of this this high ground sentry vision. Otherwise, they could have maybe gotten away with it. Maybe if it had been a little bit further up in the lane, but it's hard to think about playing around this new sentry radius. Oh, Moon's already in the pit. He's keen. Lotac down a member at the moment. Jump in from Ohio. He gets immediately feared. Can he even get the ultimate off? He doesn't have the mana for it. He just dies immediately. Forced into the buyback. They do get the jump onto KP. Blink forward, Dragon Tail. He's also got a buyback available. But Mineski, I don't think they have to use it. Can just back up, go and farm a little bit. Split push out the lanes and be a-okay. Now Lotac. Can they take the Roshan for themselves? They got lots of minus armor and they've got a Vlad. So they can threaten it for sure. And they want to threaten it to at least force out the buyback from KP. But they're being hesitant. Okay, they're going in now. They don't want to get caught. They do need to be a little bit careful. Stampede's still in cooldown for 25 seconds. Moon not willing to put the acid spray inside of the pit, as that would help them with the Roshan attempt. Spirit Bear going forward is going to get focused down. Dragon Knight's committing. He's popped everything. Alchemist strong on the front lines with the Frost Shield. DK going to try and get past him. Raven's focusing on the Rosh. Lotac can't quite seem to decide what they want to do. Do they want to fight? Or do they want to commit for the Roshan? Moon's still running forward scouting. His ultimate running out soon, but with the Octarine core, that's only a very short window of downtime, about 15 seconds. And Lotac, they popped cooldowns for that, and they didn't get anything. If they're popping BKBs and committing, then both of them need to pop BKBs and commit. Oh, now there's a double damage waiting. Ohio does manage to grab it, but he's already died the once. Needs to be careful. Dragon Knight split up from the rest of the team. Forced away on this high ground. They can't go on the Alk. If they go on the Alk, Pilot Eye is just going to Frost Shield him. There's absolutely no way that they can kill him. That 60% attack damage reduction is going to be so brutal. And now Moon's just in the pit. Elder Dragon form about to wear out. Ohio needs a good split. What can they do? Baby jumps in, gets the stomp. Can they focus down this Brewmaster? Nice Nightmare, buying him a couple of seconds. But there's a lot of lockdown. Can he get it off? He's being silenced. Now the Primal Split coming out. Bit of damage onto Alk. Can they focus him down? He's got the Manta, gets out of the Spirit Vessel, focusing over towards Net. They do get the Fiend's Grip onto him. Looking like Moon should be brought down. They finally surrounded him and they right-click him to death. Raven doing a good job in this fight. KP being controlled. They get a fear off, but the bear will still be brought down. KP wants this kill, but he may have overcommitted. He's still got the Yule soon. Phase shift as well. They're waiting for him. Yule's another phase. No, not another phase shift. Alright, Dragon Knight spams him out. They get the Dragon Tail onto him, and that is the end of that fight. Mineski's turn to overcommit a little bit, and Raven doing so much damage, completely putting that fight on his back. Not a whole lot coming from the Dragon Knight, but turned out that the Phantom Assassin was more than enough, so they are going to give that Aegis over to their PA. And back to the drawing board for Mineski for a second. I feel like JT didn't manage to get that much damage done in that fight. Sniper Lone Druid not really working out the way that they might have been hoping, and this is a good timing. Lotac are just going to keep on going. They take out this tier 1 up top. Everybody's still around here. They do have Ling down on the bottom side of the map looking to secure a couple of bounties. And Nightmare this bear. And Nightmare the bear. Grab that one. He's worried that the real Lone Druid is waiting at the other one, so it's not going to go and try and grab that, but is anyone even going to get this? Is anyone even going to pick this up? Hello? Free bouncer and anyone? Dragon Knight, almost level 20. Not 100% sure what talent he's going to go for. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Nope, he's blinking away. Alright, it's going to take us a little bit longer. Alex finally got that all-important 400 unstable concoction damage talent. It's going to be going for some Boots of Travel, and then looks like Aghanim Scepter is the next item on the agenda. What? Is it going to be Puck Ags? The Centaur's already going for one. The Centaur damage reduction would be useful, but I feel like the control against the BKBs from the Puck Ags is going to be super useful. I imagine that the Puck Ags prevents PA from Phantom Striking even if she's BKB'd, right? So that's actually so brutal for PA to have to play against. But we'll find out. I got triple Stifling Dagger for the PA, just going for damage. I believe that this also works with Soulbind. So you Soulbind somebody and then you throw 6 daggers at those 2 targets, which is pretty crazy. Cool. Heavy getting going on. Don't manage to lock him down. Couldn't proc the Cinder Brew, so couldn't cancel his Blink Dagger. This could end up being an Elder Dragon form somewhat wasted. KT just gonna go for a pike, sorry, not pipe. A little bit more survivability against this PA, perhaps. But it does seem like Mineski might be able to wait out this Aegis successfully. Moon quite farmed, but nothing ridiculous. Only a 9k gap over the PA. I guess we'll have to see the true late game potential of these 2 heroes, the Lone Druid and the Alk. I feel like they might actually fall off a little bit compared to the PA and the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's even aiming for the late game. He's gone for the GPM talent here. So Chuan's aiming on being 6-slotted. Brewmaster also kind of aiming towards the late game, picks up the Radiance. I wonder if Lotac, maybe they just feel like they have the better late game this time around. I thought that the Alchemist was going to represent the inevitability, but maybe not. Bebby getting caught out as well. They were trying to pressure this bottom tier 1 tower. Looks like it is going to end up getting denied. Maybe I had the wrong read. Maybe it's actually Lotac who have the better equipped late game this time around. I mean, once Alk caps out on items, he's not really going to be doing too much. They have some useful Aghanims upgrades, but not too many. And I feel like this ranged load druid build does actually fall off a little bit later on. But I guess we'll have to see.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Frost Shield definitely going to be annoying to push into. Raven just going to focus on the creeps in the meantime. Still chunking this pretty hard. The rest of the team is actually smoked up. They're faking out as though he's right behind them. Or right behind Raven, but they were instead looking for a pickoff. KP's cutting waves up top. Mineski not looking so confident in the last couple of minutes. Of course, they are just waiting out the Roshan for the next 50 seconds, but I think that fight was a bit of a blow for them over at the Roshan pit. They probably committed into that fight thinking that there was no way that they were going to lose it, especially with DK not having anything to contribute, but this PA is very scary. Raven's backpack is just clogged full of little items. Probably needs to sell a couple of those. Maybe a Wraith Band or two getting sold up. And Moon, okay, do we already have this Ags? Where'd it go? Okay, yeah, we got the Ags on the puck. So KP is going to, in theory, be the big answer that they need against this Phantom Assassin. They only see, they don't even see the PA. This is what Radiant Vision looks like at the moment. They know that the PA is somewhere mid lane because creeps are mysteriously dying, but can't really do too much about it. Mineski are just smoking into their own jungle looking for something. Bouncer rune battle coming up, but looks like it is just going to be 2 apiece. Both teams very much playing together. Not a whole lot of vision for either team on the map. So they're a bit afraid, and rightfully so. Just playing it a little bit more cautiously. The gap between this PA and the Alchemist continues to narrow. Moon's farm not really feeling so impressive, and we haven't really seen him take a fight with this new and improved unstable concoction. Dragonite still just farming, picks up a Maelstrom. Is going to be going back for an AC. Look at that Hex going on net. Yeah, this game is getting to the stage where this Hex is becoming more and more of a reality. Only needs the Mystic Staff now. How much damage is this Lone Druid actually doing? It doesn't feel like that much. I wonder if the new... maybe with Spirit Link instead of... what was it before? Don't even remember the name of the ability, but whatever the previous buff was. Maybe the range strike click build is just not as strong. They have managed to find out laying up on the high ground. This is looking decent. They haven't actually finished him off though, and now Julian jumps in, he gets the double Dragon Tail. They focus down Febby. They're also looking towards Moon. Can they save him? Pylai doesn't have the Frost Shield. He throws out the Chain Frost, but it's just not going to do anything as they easily bring down the Alchemist. Now Raven also slices through the Lich, and it is actually looking like it's going to be Lotac taking this late game. As we start heading in that direction, they've actually got the net worth lead for pretty much the first time this game. About 2k in their favor. Experience also kind of similar. And yeah, maybe Mineski overestimating the power of these cores a little bit, as it does seem like Lotac just cruising.
Tower is under attack.
Not even going to bother finishing. Are they going to finish this bottom tier too, or are they just going to go for high ground? I'd like to force the Alchemist buyback if they can. There is a glyph available for the Radiant. Pi is going to be up soon with the Frost Shield spam to help slow things down a little bit further, but Lotac might just be able to jump past the tower and make something happen there. Alright, tier 3 dead. Dream Coil coming out. They also get the jump in. Are they going to buy back, or is this just a play to try and force out some spells? They do get the BKBs forced out, but Raven just jumps forward, finds an immediate double kill. He evaporates Pylai and Febby. I think that was just the Stifling Daggers that killed Febby. What on earth was that? Yeah, the double Stifling Dagger just doing so much damage. So forcing out those 2 support buybacks. They at least get their Alchemist back up and alive, but As we've seen in these last couple of fights, he just can't stand against the right-click damage of this PA. And they picked the Alk knowing what all of the heroes were from Lotac, so I feel like this is a bit of a miscalculation on Mineski's part as far as these matchups go. Maybe they were also telling themselves like, we got Frost Shield. Like how bad can it be? We got 60% attack damage reduction, but it is only attacks. So the dagger itself is still doing full damage. I guess there aren't any other physical spells on... Oh, actually, wait. Is dagger... Am I crazy or is that... Oh, no, dagger is physical. It was once upon a time pure, right? But now it's based on her attack. Yeah, okay, alright. And now it looks like it's going to be a free Roshan for Lotac. Alright. We have a series on our hands. Looking like we might be going to a game 3. I don't know what the Mineski do here. They go for a smoke, apparently. They smoke up. Alchemist is pushing bottom. He's going for another Aghanim Scepter. Brewmaster's got a BKB now. He's gone for the attack speed. Ohio is just going right-click at this point. I think he might even... Is he even going to go for the Drunken Brawler critical strike damage? Is that the plan? Alright, Febby is scouting, but he is also being scouted by this ward, so he might very quickly die to this Dragon Knight. They're looking towards him. Alright, there's the Hex, the Fiend Script. They actually want these other targets more, however. They gotta remember to actually kill Febby. Okay, the support's got that under control. KP gonna stick around. Oh, this is dangerous. He wants to cut this next wave. He is gonna be able to see it spawn. They've got this low ground ward. Alright, there's the wave. KP sees the Dragon Knight. He sees 3 heroes mid. So he knows that he's safe to just walk out here, clear this quickly, keep on going. Delay, delay, delay. Buy a little bit more time. What exactly he's buying time for, I'm not sure. Looks like they are going to be giving the Aghanim Scepter over to the Centaur. He's just going to be going for a Heaven's Halberd instead, but they are desperate for ways to keep their heroes alive against the damage output of this PA and the Dragon Knight. And it just feels like the Lone Druid can't even really get close. Oh, alright. Bear bashed. Bear dead. Moon thinking about going in here, but needing to be careful. JT and Moon are trying to defend this, but they just have to be so hesitant all the time. Highlight Eye's hanging back. JT does have a BKB picked up now. I don't know how much that's necessarily going to help. Elder Dragon form popped. Bear dead once again. KP jumping in. He gets immediately hexed. He gets immediately stunned, and he's focused down. Mineski, they're going to go charging in here, but they've already lost the lane of Vrax. They break up the Alchemist. He's still in the front lines, but as soon as this Frost Shield runs out, he's going to be in big trouble. And in the back lines, Raven's actually found JT. He crits him down. Now he turns his attention back towards Moon. Tries to focus him. Godlike for Raven. Buyback from KP, but the rest of the team is already dead. And Moon's going to tap out. GG called. And Lotac are going to take us to a game number 3 here for the Chongqing.